Work wants me to use my phone as a cash register. Is this okay? Hi, forgive me if my formatting is off. I work as an employee in the state of Oklahoma. Not contractor. Employee. Here's what is going on, and please tell me if I'm just being silly. My work's POS system went down, and I just got a notice about having to set up Square, so I can accept customers' card payments with a Square device on my mobile phone. I told them I'm not comfortable using my personal device for this, especially as I get no stipend for using my phone. I may be out of date with my knowledge on payment apps and such, but I don't want to use my personal phone like this. As far as I can see, going through paperwork and new hire stuff, there was nothing discussed about this, or even of the Square app mentioned. TIA for any advice and any wording for good ways to figure this out. TLDR, work wants me to use an app on my personal phone to check people out. Employee of franchise location, not 1099 contractor. Absolutely not. They can buy you a work phone to use for that. And good for you for expressing your discomfort. No work items on a personal device ever. They can go to Walmart and pick up a cheap phone or Best Buy for a standalone Square. Don't put work apps on your personal phone. If work wants you to have work stuff on your phone, they can pay for it. I bet the same employer has a no cell phones policy as well. No. Never use your personal devices for work. Not ever. Oh, my phone is almost full, so I can't put any new apps on it. Nope. The company is not ever going to be using my personal phone and service for company anything. Y'all need me to have a phone for any company work. Then y'all get to buy a phone and the service for it. These corporations have spent 50 years driving wages down, and I'm done giving away anything out of my wallet for thing they profit from. Charge 3 of every transaction. Or more. I wouldn't do this because if GD forbid someone got their card details compromised, they could blame you. Nope. Unless they're paying for my phone service, they can go to hell. I pay for a phone and data for ME. I made the mistake of allowing an employer to install their email on my phone, and suddenly I'm getting Slack alerts all day long. I don't work off the clock, and this was driving me up the wall at my other job. And they required me to add a biometric lock, which malfunctioned in less than a week, and it wouldn't accept my password, so I ended up having to do a factory reset and lost all my memes and photos. So never again. Your work should provide you with everything you need to do your job. Your device belongs to you. If there is a sales tax audit, they are coming for your phone. These things require data. Use your data plan is not suitable for it. You cannot install the app. Just some answers. But honestly, this is a setup for disaster. What happens if there is a glitch? Will you be accountable and responsible for the payments? If work wants you to use a mobile, then work providers you a mobile. If I'm using a device software for work, then it has to be either provided or reimbursed. I'm not spending my own bucks to make some billionaires even richer. I'm actually shocked that they would even suggest that. As a company, I would never put transaction handling software on any device I was not 100% sure of. Who knows what Trojans and viruses your phone might have? Not to mention what happens if it gets into the wrong hands, which might also be employee hands. Such software is only on property lockdown work phones that are only used for work and always remain at the place of work. From the employee side, fuck no. I'm not giving you space and battery drain and possibly data transfer of my personal device. Provide your own for me to use. I don't own my cell phone, it's legally the property of someone else on my group plan. And I've promised them I won't use it for any kind of financial transaction to avoid hacks and Scams best said to immediate supervisor in the break room while eating a crunchy apple and browsing Reddit. I don't have a phone. Send a raven. Absolutely not. You're using your personal device to do transactions for a business, and this can only lead to bad things happening. What happens if your phone gets hacked and money goes missing? Are you going to be held liable? Probably. I would tell them to get me a company phone. I would never allow a company to mandate I use my phone to conduct any form of payment processing. It will not end well. No, I don't use my personal items for work. I am also employed by my state, and they tried to get me to download Duo sign-in thing to my phone. I said no. They ended up giving me a button thing that gives me a number to enter when I sign in. Look them in the eye while holding your phone and tell them you don't have one. No, they can give you a company phone to do that. Your personal phone is not their business, no matter how hard they try to make it theirs. I wouldn't want anything from a company on my phone installed. Too much of a risk of them trying to track what you do or invade your privacy. Same reason I'd tell a company to kick rocks if they wanted my social media information to try and see what I was up to. That isn't their business. For the low cost of $20 an hour, they can rent your phone. Tell them to either provide you a work phone or give you a written permission to claim all payment transactions done through your personal device into your own bank account without any requirement or claim to the funds by any other party afterwards. This is a hella violation of PCI compliance rules. I'm not saying not to do work on a personal device, but checkout and payment is a big no-no from a data security perspective. Should anyone on your team do this, I'm sure the customers would love to know that their credit card info is going onto an unsecured, non-company owned device at the start of each transaction. Open mouth smile. No, they need to provide you with all equipment needed to do your job. If their POS fails and they need Square as a backup, they can buy a phone and reader for you to use. If you're classified as an EE, at minimum the IRS says you have to be compensated for the work use of personal devices mandated by your employer. If it's not in your job description or spelled out in an employment agreement doc, tell them get bent and refuse. Give me work phone or suck it. Then if they retaliate to your refusal, you'll doubly have them by the balls in a lawsuit. Holy shit, I just realized I use my phone so much for work. Yeah, I don't have a working cell phone, sorry. Winking face. Unless you're a contractor, it's not okay to use your own equipment for work. You work for them, they give you what you need to work. Why the FK can't the manager use their phone if they're so insistent that you use yours? If your job has a no phone policy, then no. If it's just for a day, honestly, I wouldn't mind using my personal phone to help out. As long as management ask and not demand, then I don't see it as an issue, but you're entitled to say no either way. All in all, it's more about the work environment that will dictate how I respond to the request. It's almost a moral obligation to have a burner phone for work only at this point in the game if you ask me. Unless you are a salaried employee, they cannot treat you like you are an on-call employee. And it's a tax write-off. You couldn't just get one now to solve this problem. However, as they already have your real phone, the good news is this job is a piece of shit and you'll be looking for a new one soon enough. The company either needs to provide you with a company cell phone or pay for your cell service. No, it isn't. Nope. Refuse. End of story. My employer subsidizes my phone service, so I don't mind using apps they want. Unless your employer offers to do the same, I would hold my ground.